Well, hello. Today is Saturday. I had to think for a minute. Saturday, January 13th, and it's time for our weekly meeting highlights. And it's called Living the Program, is the book that we went through today. People are not happy with the freestyle. They are not happy at all. We had a lot of new members today, and I was really surprised. And we had a lot last week, but we had even more this week. And they want to live the program, but guess what? People don't like the program. They just, at our meeting they didn't, at least. But I should start off with, I had a gain, which is not good. Let me see where it is. I gained 0.2, so no stars starting this 4-week period off. But you know, it didn't discourage me. 0.2 is not really, to me, a gain. That could just be your clothes you're wearing. It also could be too much liquids or too much sodium. I had a little bit of sodium yesterday, so I think my body's kind of retaining it. I've lost 4 pounds other than today, but I've lost 4 pounds in the last 2 weeks, and I just think my body's adjusting. I know that's not a lot of weight to lose that your body needs to adjust, but I'm older, and the weight comes off differently. I'm glad that I'm losing it slow. I don't find myself as flabby as I've seen other people. Like when you see people with huge weight losses and then they lift up their shirt and you see all the flabby skin. Not to say, I mean, I'm old, so I'm going to have old flabby skin no matter what. But I don't have a lot of the loose skin. And I think that losing it slower is helping me to do that. I don't plan on ever wearing a bikini, so that's the least of my worries. But I want to look good with my clothes. And doesn't this recipe look good? We'll get to that. But that looks like a good soup. That looks like a good soup. But anyway, the quote for the day was, "Health is not about the weight you lose, but about the life you gain." And I do feel healthier, so that is a benefit. But I do find that I'm gaining more in my life. It's when I go to my grandchildren's like soccer games and baseball games and stuff and carry my chair, it was so much easier this past summer than the summer before, and I can only imagine how much easier it's going to be this summer. I get down on the floor and play with my kids, grandkids more. I have more fun. I really do. I've always had fun. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I really am, but it's just a better life. It really is. And anybody that's lost some weight knows that. It's just the way it is. But back to the freestyle, which nobody liked. They all complained. But what they said is what you have to do is balance between the old program, which was the Smart Point program, and this new program. And the reason I think that a lot of people, which we kind of hit upon that point, I think are doing so poorly on the new program, is that some people are eating 0-point foods that they don't even like, but they're eating them because they're 0 points. And so then they're getting discouraged that they're eating stuff that they don't really like, and that's not the point of the program. The point of the program is to find the 0-point foods that you do like, but they're still gaining weight, and they're not losing as fast as Oprah is saying on TV, you know, like, oh, it's freestyle, you can eat whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want, but you still got to eat within limits. Our leader has suggested what you should do is take a week and eat the freestyle program and track it the way you normally track it. But at the same time, weigh and measure your food that you're eating and track it like you did with the old program. And it's hard if you're just a new member, so you can't really base it on that. But if you've been with Weight Watchers before they did the freestyle, I was getting 32 points a day, and now I get 23. So what she was suggesting is, like, if you have that piece of chicken, before you had to weigh the chicken, or you had to, the eggs were like 2 points, and so you'd have to figure in a 2-point in your breakfast. So do like a week. You can track on this is the way I would suggest you do it. Track on your phone your 0 points, so you can get your blue dots. The blue dots means that you stayed within your healthy range, which is 10 below or 4 above. But on a piece of paper, just for a week. I mean, I like tracking on paper. I don't track on my phone at all. I just don't. I just think it takes too much of my memory up from my phone, and I know if I had a blue dot day or not because I can see it on my paper whether or not I did or not. And then I have a little blue marker. I don't, but if you have a little blue marker on that day, you can just draw a little blue dot and know you made a blue dot day that day. Or have a little pocket calendar. You know, like you get little pocket calendars of this size, and then just put a blue dot on the different suggestions that you can do. But anyway, back to what you should do is track like your 0 points on your phone, and then track how you used to do with the smart points on a piece of paper, and see if you're really going over what you were doing before. Before, like if I had 2 eggs for breakfast, I would have normally had to count that as 4 points, whereas now I can count that as 0. So just keep track and see if that'll work for you. And sometimes the old program just works better for the other for people. And there's nobody telling you that this is the program you have to follow. They're just suggesting that you should follow the Freestyle program, but that doesn't mean you have to follow the Freestyle program. You can still do the smart points, which is still incorporated into the Freestyle program. Just find something that's going to work for you. I really do feel that the Freestyle program is working for me. I do keep it in moderation what I'm doing. I do think, which I brought up on my other my daily video, I don't think I'm eating enough. I know, who'd ever thought that you'd be on a diet and someone's saying you're not eating enough? But I only eat the 2 meals, and they're heavy meals. I know they are. I should try to stretch them out into 3. It's very difficult for me, but it's something I'm going to work on this week. I'm going to work on trying to get at least a snack in between my breakfast and my dinner, because I usually don't eat my breakfast till like 1 or 2 o'clock. I know that's very late. I know you're supposed to eat breakfast. I know that it's the most important meal of the day. I know it jumpstarts your metabolism. I know all of this, but I have eaten like this for like 45 years, and I just can't change. I know nobody should say you can't, but this is just not in my wheelhouse. But I usually eat my breakfast between 1 and 2, and I don't eat my dinner till 7. So what I'm going to try to do this week is I'm going to still probably eat my breakfast at 1 or 2. I'm going to eat my breakfast before 1. But I'm going to have a snack of some sort around 4, and then I'm going to eat my dinner at 6 rather than 7. 7 seems late to most people, and I'm old, so old people are supposed to eat like at the early bird special. I realize that. But I don't go to bed till 1 or 2 in the morning, so eating at 7 is not bad. Eating at 1 is not bad for me because I don't get up till like 9:30, because I don't go to bed till like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I usually wake up around 8, and then I watch videos or play games. I don't get out of the bed till like 9 o'clock. I lay in the bed and play games on my phone, watch YouTube videos, just kind of get ready for the day. It works for me. Although it didn't seem like it worked this week because I gained 0.2, but it's a freestyle program. That means you can pick and choose the way you want to live this life, and I choose to do it this way. And since Thanksgiving, it's worked for me, and it's just a little glitch. The scale will never define me. If I know that I put in the work and the effort, I'm not going to get discouraged. And like I said, it could have been the clothes I wore, or it could have been a little bit of extra sodium in my system. It could have been my body adjusting. I'm not going to worry about it. But you want to do is make this program your program. It's not Oprah's program. It's your program. I love Oprah. I love her like anybody else loves her. But she's not going to define who I am. I'm going to define who I am. I'm going to make my decisions. And just because Oprah says it's good, that doesn't mean it's good. If your mother said to run across the street and try to avoid the cars, get hit by, if your mother said if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? That's what my mother used to say. I don't know why we didn't live by a bridge, but anyway, you just got to know, you do it for yourself. And I've said it on my other video too. Number one, you always lose weight for yourself. Always lose weight for yourself. Don't ever think you're going to lose it for someone else, because it's not going to work. But that being said, everybody needs encouragement and everybody needs support. And I do find that going to a Weight Watchers meeting, whether it's online or going on a YouTube video, anywhere along the line where you can get support, it's going to help you out tremendously. It's going to encourage you. It's going to give you inspiration just to see that other people struggle. You are not the only one out there struggling. Everybody has their ups and downs. No one loses on a consistent basis. I feel bad that I lost my streak, but I'm kind of glad, because I was putting too much pressure on myself. But you got to remember, this is not a diet. It's a lifetime commitment. This is how you're going to eat the rest of your life. So don't deprive yourself of stuff. If you want some candy, have some candy. Track it. That's all you need to do. You have extra points. You have weekly points that you can use. You just got to know that you want to do it. And don't eat the 0 point foods if you don't like them. find some 0-point foods that you do like. And if there's not that many out there that you like, then just make adjustments in your program, just as long as you get your protein in. Protein is the key to losing weight because protein fills you up and keeps you full. And just try to have some sort of protein at every meal. I've done all kinds of diets. I did the Dr. Phil diet, and I've done Weight Watchers, and I've done TOPS, and I've done everything. But every one I've ever been on always says protein at every meal. So that's the key ingredient, protein. So figure out which proteins you like and eat them at every meal. And what you want to do is you want to take 3 parts to the Freestyle program. You want to plan the freestyle, you want to plan your activity, and you want to have the right mindset. Mindset should be the most important thing. You have to have your mind in the game. If you don't have your mindset that you want to be healthy, not necessarily lose weight, but be healthy, then you need to follow this program. We all look for loopholes in life. That's another thing we brought up. And sometimes the freestyle program is your loophole. You think, well, I can eat all these 0-point foods. Just because they're 0 point doesn't mean that you can't go crazy with them. They still have calories. You can have like 1 egg, which is 0 points, but like I said before, it was 2 points before. So figure if you're going to have 3 eggs for breakfast, that's calories. Calories in, calories out. I don't care what plan you're on. Calories in, calories out. And another thing they brought up is don't change your life, change your choice. So what that means is just because like if you're going out to work and everybody's going out to the restaurant, don't say, well, I can't go because everybody's going to the restaurant. I'm on the diet. No, you're not on a diet. You're on a lifestyle change. So what you want to do is go out. If they're going to go out for pizza, get a thin crust pizza. Just get 1 slice and a glass of water, maybe a side salad. That'll fill you up. You're not depriving yourself. You're still having the enjoyment of everybody from work going, and you picked your own little pizza that you're going to have. And surprisingly enough, if you got a meat pizza, 1 meat pizza rather than a thin crust, 1 meat pizza rather than a cheese pizza, it's 2 less points because a thin crust with meat is 6 points, but a thin crust with cheese is 8 points because they put extra cheese on it. And if you get a square piece, that's 10 points. But, if that's what you want, have it. And, if you go for any restaurant will have some healthy choices. Don't be left out. Go with the crowd, but just choose wisely. Real quick, go through the book because I blabbered on so much. It's living the program. I got to always check. And it just tells you to eat the foods you love. And it gives you the flexibility to choose what foods you like. And what you want to do is start with the 0-point based food item and then work around it to put your other points in. If you run out of dailies, sometimes it happens, just create 0-point foods that you can have. Not to say that you're going to go crazy with these 0-point foods, but you're going to make smart choices. They also suggested that you get this book. I'm thinking they handed them out. They handed them out when we joined, so I don't know if you join online if you would get them too. But it's Eat What You Love. And I'm going to try to do a recipe from this one day this week. I know that one recipe I'm definitely going to do, got to be quick here because I'm running out of time, is this gingery turkey noodle soup. But I think I'm going to do it with chicken. I like chicken better than turkey. I like turkey, but I like chicken better than turkey. Okay, real quick, my Think Again page. You might think I used up my Smart Points budget for the day and I haven't had dinner yet. I might as well just start over tomorrow. No. The right thing is to say, I may have eaten more than I planned today, and I've used up my budget, but I can still have a tasty, low-point smart meal. There's so many things you can choose that are really good. Another thing is you might think, great, everything on the menu is fattening, but where do I start? I'm not sure what to eat. That's why I joined Weight Watchers. But you got to remind yourself, there's 0 points on the menu that you can start with and go from there. But I know I kind of rambled on a little bit, but I just wanted to get the thing. I think we talked more in the meeting about just freestyling our meeting rather than actually freestyling the program. The book is kind of like a refresher's course today, and I think that's kind of what we were doing. And you just got to remember, it's a better life for you. And if you stick with this program, it will work. It really will work. It's worked for me, and it'll work for you. I know that. So if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. And if not, I will see you again next week.